Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is the start of another reading vlog in which I try to read my August arcs. The two books that I have chosen for this vlog are House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig and The Downstairs Girls by Stacey Lee. Actually, very coincidental. I had planned out all of these arc videos about a month ago and I paired up all the books together with ones that were kind of similar. These were the only two young adult arcs that I had, so it just made sense that I was gonna read them together. And it turns out that both of these are YA Book of the Month picks for August. So I chose The Downstairs Girls as my YA Book of the Month pick. And if you did not know, I am a YA Book of the Month affiliate and I have an affiliate link and a discount code where you can get your first book for $5 if you use my link and the code YA5. So yeah, both of these books are current August picks as well as 3 other books, and you can use the code to get any of their August books or any of their past selections if you didn't like any of the August ones. So yeah, that's going to be in the description. And I just want to thank everyone already who has used my link. It is so crazy to me, but it is honestly so helpful. I do make a little bit of commission when you use my link, and I'm very excited because the amount of you that have already used my link, I am now able to do a video that I have been wanting to do for a really long time, but I haven't had the funds to do it, but now I do. So I'm probably going to be filming that tomorrow and I'm very excited. I hope you guys end up liking that video whenever that comes out. So yeah, these are the 2 books that I will be reading in this vlog. I've actually already read them. I forgot to film an intro to this vlog. So this one is a YA fantasy that is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and basically it is about this family who lives in this manor on an island, and there are 12 sisters and a lot of them are dying. And so everyone thinks the family is cursed. That's what it's about. And then this one is a YA historical book that takes place in the 1890s in Atlanta and follows this Chinese American girl who starts an anonymous advice column in the newspaper. Keep watching if you want to see my thoughts on these. I'll let you guys know right now, one of my opinions is quite unpopular, but let's just get into the vlog. So I'm about 38 pages into House of Salt and Sorrow, and so far I'm liking it a lot more than I thought that I would. We started out at a funeral for one of the main character's sisters, and we find out that 4 of her sisters have already died, and people think that there is a curse on the family. And I'm really liking the vibe. It's got kind of like a dark sort of vibe to it. So I actually took a break reading it because I was editing my Romance Sunday video that just went up. It's currently midnight. I don't know why I'm still awake, but I'm gonna go back to reading a little bit more of this before I go to bed. Okay, so another update. I am now about 110 pages into House of Salt and Sorrow, and I'm still enjoying this. I really like the plot and the setting. I'm not the biggest fan of the main character. She's kind of just like basic. Like I can't really tell you anything about her, like her personality. She's really just kind of there. But the plot is really interesting because, like I mentioned, 4 of these sisters have died, and so everyone thinks that the family is cursed. And the most recent sister that died, her death was kind of a mystery. Nobody knows what happened to her. So the main character is like investigating. I think that I've already figured out who it was. I'm hoping that I'm wrong and that this person is just like a really big red herring, because as of right now I feel like it is extremely obvious. So we'll see how the rest of the book plays out. I am really loving the setting. It definitely gives me like Game of Thrones Greyjoy vibes. Like this whole family and where they live totally remind me of the Iron Isles and the Greyjoy family. Like at the sisters' funeral, they were saying stuff like, "We are born from salt and we return to the salt when we die," which is totally a Greyjoy saying. So yeah, I'm going to read some more of this today. I'm hopefully gonna finish it today so that I can start The Downstairs Girls tomorrow. I actually just got back from having lunch with my mom because I got this package sent to my parents' house that I really wanted. So she brought it to me. It begins with a look, it ignites with a kiss, it always ends in blood. This is for the new Renee Attier book, The Beautiful, and it's a vampire book. I'm so excited. Ooh, oh my God, this is cute. Okay. This is what the inside of the box looks like. It says, New Orleans, 1872. The darkest creatures of the underworld are embroiled in an age-old feud, and Celine and Sebastian are at the very heart of it. I'm so excited that there is like, in the next year, I think, there are a lot of vampire books coming out, and I'm just so excited for the, hi. He keeps trying to get my attention. I'm so excited. What? Oh, I'm so excited for the resurgence of the vampire trend because I love it. So there's this beautiful little letter. I like don't want to open this. The reason why I needed to get this is because I have to post an Instagram picture of the book tomorrow. I kind of don't want to open this because I want to take a picture with it. So yeah, I'm gonna save that. But here is the book. I'm really excited to read this. This comes out in October. It totally reminds me of the originals because that takes place in New Orleans. So I'm already just like picturing Klaus in the French Quarter ruling over all the vampires. I'm excited. And then I also got Starbucks. Because of course. Okay, so I'm gonna go take an Instagram picture of The Beautiful and then try to finish House of Salt and Sorrows, and I will come back and let you guys know what I thought. Okay, I'm now like halfway into this, and honestly, if I wasn't filming this video, I probably would DNF it. It's not that it's bad. There's just nothing super interesting about it. Like, I just don't feel invested at all in the story or the characters, and I'm really just like eye rolling at the romance that's going on. It's just super basic. Like, I don't know, it's just not, it's not my favorite, but I'm going to push myself to finish it. But I'm just like not excited about it, and there's so many other things I would rather be doing right now. Okay, I really want to quit this book. There's some love triangle bullshit that I am just so annoyed by. Like, can these two dudes with zero personalities shut up? This book had so much potential, and like, I'm really interested in the relationship between all the sisters. So why am I reading all of these pages of these two bland ass dudes fighting over this bland ass girl? Like, I don't care. Literally neither of these love interests are interesting in the slightest. I feel like this is one of those cases where I just want to say not every young adult book needs a romance, because this would be so much better if there wasn't one. Okay, so I finished House of Salt and Sorrow, and I'm honestly just like very conflicted. Also, Loki's back here. He's very tired from bath time. I think I'm gonna be giving this 2.5 stars. I went back and forth for like an hour on whether I was gonna give it 2 stars or 3 stars, so I just decided to do 2.5. I think the reason why I struggle so much is because I really loved the writing. The writing was so beautiful. The setting was incredible. It was so atmospheric. It just had like a very dark, eerie vibe. And the mystery, like the plot mystery part wasn't bad. It was okay. I was, you know, interested. I just really did not care about or like any of the characters, and the romance, you guys know how I felt about that. And since I'm such like a character driven reader, I'm totally fine like reading a weak ass plot if the characters are amazing. But when I don't care about the characters at all, you can have an incredible plot and I still won't like it. So I don't know, I'm conflicted. I definitely will be wanting to read another book by this author because the writing was great. I just feel like it was the story that wasn't for me. Also, I thought of another thing that kind of irritated me while I was reading it. I'm totally not someone who wants to force diversity and force authors to write outside of their own experience, but In the year of 2019, to have absolutely no diversity in your book, I don't know about that. Really? Nobody? I also just think it's been a really long time since I've even read a book that had zero diversity in it, so I'm a little bit surprised. Like, I forgot that authors still wrote like that. But okay, whatever. You do you. I can see why other people would like this. I haven't heard anyone's opinion on this before, so I did not realize that my opinion is quite unpopular. After I tweeted my rating, I got like so many tweets of people being like, oh my god, what's the tea? And there's no tea. I just didn't like it. So yeah, 2.5 stars. Moving on. Okay, so this morning I started reading The Downstairs Girls by Stacey Lee. I am 82 pages into it right now, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm so glad, because after the last book, I just wanted to enjoy something, and I had a feeling I was really gonna like this, but I am really enjoying it. So basically, this takes place in the 1890s in Atlanta, and it follows this Chinese American woman who, at the start of the book, she is fired from her job because of racism. Her being Chinese was making customers uneasy, so she was fired, and her father are secretly living in the basement of the newspaper printing business. I forget what it's called. She overhears the family that own the newspaper talking about how their sales are really down and they might go out of business, and if they do go out of business, her and her father are no longer gonna have a place to live. So she anonymously sends them a letter with an idea to have an anonymous advice column, and so she's hoping that this advice column will boost sales. And then also, since she was fired from her job, she had to get a new job. She was offered the chance to return to one of her old jobs that she was fired from, and that is being the lady's maid for this awful girl who pretty much like tortured her as a child. So she's really unhappy about that, and she doesn't want to do it, but she kind of has no other options. That's kind of what's going on so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely liking the discussion around the racism towards the Chinese at this time period, because I feel like a lot of times when we're learning about, or at least for me in school, when I was learning about this time period, the racism people focused on was towards Black people, but there was also a lot of racism towards Chinese, and that was a huge problem. The main character, Jo, has a very feminist outlook on things, and so she's hoping that her anonymous column in the newspaper will be like helping people get woke. I'm also enjoying that, at least so far. I mean, like I said, I'm like 80 pages into it, and so far there's been like no romance. I don't know if I could handle another annoying romance. I have a feeling there's gonna be a little bit something with her and the son of the family that owns the newspaper. I feel like the main focus of this book is on all the other issues going on and not the romance, which I'm excited by. So yeah, I'm going to continue reading this and hopefully finish it today. Now I'm about halfway into The Downstairs Girls, and I'm really loving this. The main character is so great. She has a very realistic voice. She has so much ambition, but is unable to do anything with it. So I really like that she kind of like took it upon herself to start this anonymous column in the newspaper. There's also a little bit of a mystery that's going on that I'm very interested to see how that plays out. And also, like I mentioned, there's a tiny hint of romance, but it's really not the focal point of the story, but it's a nice little sprinkle. I'm gonna go back to reading, and I will probably check in next when I finish it. In case you're wondering if Loki is always with me, he is. So I just finished, wrong book. Where's the book I'm looking for? Oh, under my plate of cookies. I just finished The Downstairs Girls, and I think I'm giving this 4 stars. I really, really loved this. It was everything that I wanted from a YA historical book. I loved the writing. I definitely will be looking into Stacey Lee's other books. I know she writes a lot of historical books. Am I boring you? I loved the main character so much. Like, I cared so much about her, and I was rooting for her, and I really loved seeing her journey throughout the book. So I definitely recommend this if you are looking for a good YA historical book. So that is going to be the end of this vlog. I hope you guys are liking these ARC videos. I definitely am enjoying doing them because it's keeping me accountable, even though I'm way behind already. Like this came out, I think this came out last week. I'm just failing, but it's fine. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!